Hi, I'm Tony Staunton, Irish bartender out of Chicago. After years of drinking, I decided to take a year off. So as I begin my journey, I decided to ask fellow bartenders what they do to stay healthy and avoid the industry hazards of the bar business. Welcome to Wide Awake 52. Jennifer O'Blennis, welcome to Wide Awake 52. Thank you for coming. Tell me a little bit about yourself.
I've been in the industry my whole life. Grew up in a family that had restaurants and worked in bars.
I think the first time I met you said you were actually born in the industry.
Yeah, I say I was born into servitude, into the industry. My mother was pregnant working for my grandfather. In fact, for years I said I would never be a bartender, I would never work in the industry. I actually had a career in banking. My first year out of college for the summer, I took a summer job and I was like, well, I just fell into a career. This is awesome. I have vacation and 401k. And when I first turned 21, I started cocktailing on the side while I was still working in the bank. And I was like, well, I'm making more money in 2 days than I am a full week. I was like, well, I'm all in on the service industry, bartending, waiting tables, and never looked back from there.
So what do you do to stay healthy?
I live in New Orleans, so I live in a very walkable city, and we have good weather a lot of the year. The one that I do more often, I would like to say that I do more. I need to do more stretching. I need to do, a little bit more physical things, but walking is my big one.
To you, what are the hazards of the bar business?
The physicality of it, especially when you're in the industry for a really long time, you don't realize the wear and tear it has on your body.
And what do you do how do you prevent that? Or what do you do?
Started taking,
We all get burned out.
Yeah,
it's human.
I've learned to diversify. I learned that it's not healthy for me to be at one place day in and day out. So if I'm bartending one place, I might pick up shifts for a catering gig or do some offsite events. So I'm still bartending, which I love, but seeing different faces and having a different aspect of it just gives you a little bit, but also just taking time away, traveling and spending time with friends, doing things that are not industry related.
Have you lost anybody in the industry?
The main one that sticks out is an ex-boyfriend. We were together for 10 years, and he was sort of in the industry after we were split up. He told me when we met that he wasn't going to live to be old. And he, towards the end, proved that to be true. And he hurried himself along the way by getting into the service industry, getting more access into drugs and more access into a lifestyle that people sort of praised him for what he was doing. And nobody really told him no and stop. And they were there along the ride. Fortunately, I wasn't around, but I was not around to help stop him either.
How did you deal with that?
By blaming him. But getting really mad that he wasn't strong enough to deal with whatever he had. And I don't put the blame on myself. I got angry.
So do you think that with the kind of the self-help shops that we're doing right now, do you think that people are really comfortable reaching out or not?
There are a lot of different circumstances. Some people truly have mental health issues. A lot of them have severe depression. A lot of them have bipolar diseases. A lot of them some people just feel helpless, like they just get in a situation and they don't know how to get out of it. I've heard time and time again that they feel like they're a burden on people, and it's not about being prideful, it's about I won't be a burden any longer. So how do we let people know that when they are feeling that way, that it's not a burden? We want to be there for them. We want to help. The more we talk about it, the more we know, and the easier it is and the less shameful or burdenful it feels, because you don't feel like you're in it alone.
Cool. Jennifer, thank you so much. Cheers.